active shooter events in schools across the United States have tripled in the last decade. And on the heels of the Parkland, Florida massacre, today we have a local police officer who has invented a device to help keep students safer inside their classrooms. Bill Barna joins us now.
Jen,
for this one day. Thanks for being here. Absolutely. And you're a current Howland police officer.
I'm a Howland police officer, yes, ma'am. Year 31, still going.
Very good. Year 31. Excellent. And who better than a police officer to see a need? When you're doing training, you said you saw a need and said, we got to do something to make.
Yeah, it was just really simplistic. We were training our officers on active shooter response. And I just spoke with the principal at the time and said, hey, what are we doing to keep the doors locked down? And typically they said, we're using the Alice program, which is a great program because it alerts people and makes them more aware of their surroundings. But it doesn't do anything really to solidify the security of the classroom. Yeah. So I said, if I come up with something, would you use it? And he said, I'd absolutely be happy to see it. So I came up with a little prototype, and then we tweaked it a little bit more. And at first, I was just looking at local schools, just taking care of our own here at home.
Right.
But then, as the incident started to become more frequent, we had to expand, and now we're across the United States.
It's called the Bolo Stick.
Bolo Stick. That's
okay.
Correct.
And tell us how it works.
Okay, the Bolo Stick, very simple. It's made out of solid steel, 1045 cold rolled steel. Okay, it simply attaches to the door from the outside into the mount. In times of need, all you do is just drop the peg. It secures the door from being pushed open or pried open.
Wow. And you said it sustains how much weight?
Over 4,200 pounds of force.
4,200 pounds of force.
Yes.
I'm watching some of your video and seeing, a pretty heavy-duty guy trying to get into the door.
Yeah, we didn't want to use small back
right.
Easy, so.
And you could see here, this would not happen if the Bolo Stick was not on this door.
That is correct. That is correct.
They'd be able to get that open with a crowbar.
That is correct. Yes.
When you were doing this training and then you were seeing the effects it had just locally, how did you then start marketing yourself?
I actually worked real closely with the Youngstown State Small Business Development Center. Wow. They were instrumental in helping this product and this company exist. You'll see right here in this video here, that door doesn't even have a door lock in it. It's just, all of this being secured with right there is the Bolo Stick.
Just this Bolo Stick right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask how? I know I can't get the question out. What made you come up with it? How did you think of how to make it and create it?
I wanted something that was so simple to use. In times of stress, people weren't fumbling around.
Because they're not fumbling around with some kind of device they have to stick under the door and lock it down.
This is the simplest device on the market. If you remember back when we were in kindergarten, putting the round pegs in the round holes and hammer them down with the little... We've been doing this our whole life.
Yes.
So under stress, when we lose that fine motor skill, it's a simple motor response. Wow. Peg in a hole, round peg, round hole, kid's safe. And that's the whole idea behind this thing.
I do remember that from kindergarten, but I would not have been able to think of this. That is why you are here, and that's why you are the 31-year veteran of a police force. What can this do in light of what we've been seeing, especially with Florida?
What we're seeing in a lot of the school districts, the door is locked from the outside. The teacher would actually have to go outside and put a key in the doorknob, make it lock, and then pull it shut. Well, that's time consumptive. Okay, we can't afford that time. So even if the door isn't locked and they just pull it shut, they can drop the Bolo Stick and that door will not be able to be pushed or pried open. I mean, it gives them a sense of security and it buys them time for law enforcement response and officers to get there to take out the threat.
And time is of the essence.
It's of the essence, for sure. I mean, from the moment it starts, these things are over within 10, 12 minutes. All right, you're lucky to have your police response there in 5 to 6 minutes. You need to buy that time. So even if they're focusing on trying to circumvent the lock, that's time they're not spent shooting at kids. And our kids are under fire right now. We need solutions, and I believe Bolo Stick is that solution.
Wow. Bill, thank you. Bill, how do we get a hold of you for churches, school districts, you name it out there?
Absolutely. Feel free to get a hold of us through our website, www.bolostick.com, or at 330-240-0422.
Very, very excited to have you on.
Jen, thank you so much.
Definitely nice to see a solution out there.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right, here's a look at your lottery numbers. Keep it here. We'll be right back.